What you starve dies. Hi everyone, it's Maria Maumela. Thank you for joining me. Indeed, what you starve dies. What you feed will grow, and it will gain strength and it will gain power. If it's a sin, a particular sin that you are feeding, it will just keep growing, and it's only a matter of time because it before it takes you over. You know, whatever your struggle is, you cannot keep feeding onto the problem. You cannot keep feeding onto the problem. Okay. Um, Let me make an example of someone who's struggling with lust. If you're struggling with lust, you know that automatically you want to, as much as possible, as to cut down on movies or to just leave movies altogether. Just let them be, because a lot of worldly movies are not godly. You want to cut that out. You want to care about the kind of music you listen to. You want to care about the kind of things you expose yourself to, what you allow your eyes to see. So we do not feed into the problem. And someone else might have a problem still on the same line of lust. Perhaps the person is struggling with the sin of masturbation. It's the same. You can't keep feeding onto it. The same lust, masturbation, pornography, that line, promiscuity, that same line. You cannot keep feeding onto this. Okay? No child of God who is fully submitted to God, who lives in fear, continues to sin deliberately, continue to sin willfully. You cannot say you cannot say that you're fully submitted to God and yet you keep sinning deliberately. Okay, if now this thing is a stronghold, I'd advise you to check on the videos I've made on strongholds, on what to do to be rid of those things that are holding on to you. Like perhaps you have been feeding onto this. Now it's a stronghold. Now it's a stronghold. Look at it like this. Let's say it's a small sin. It's like a rope tied around your hands. Over time you keep feeding to it. Now it becomes like a chain around your hands. And then you keep on feeding onto it. Now it's your feet that are tied with the rope. You keep feeding it. Now it's your chain, which are now tied by chain. you know like, sin is never satisfied. That's just the problem. And for a man, like a man who's now addicted now to what, to pornography, now is going to lead to adultery or to fornication. Like, sin is just never satisfied up until it completely engulfs you. The aim of the enemy is to completely wipe you out. And some of you are still struggling also with the sin of masturbation. Look at it this way. Some of you are busy entertaining this kind of act. You don't even see that you could be sleeping with a snake. You could be sleeping with a snake. Okay? Look, also, you want to be listening to the kind of dreams that you have. As someone who interprets dreams, it's amazing the kind of dreams that people get, which let them know, like, this is what is happening. You find that a person is dreaming with the snake right beside them, or if there is a partner, or yes, if they're sleeping with a partner, they might be dreaming that there's a snake between them. But then this person is also now struggling with masturbation. They do not think that perhaps there might be a link between that. So if you're struggling with the sin of masturbation, sometimes it's just a matter of mental clarity. Understand that if you get yourself to a point now where you're now sleeping with spirits, with a snake or with a mermaid, you need to understand that this thing, if you keep feeding onto it, is going to have to live in your house. Guess where that thing lives? It will live in your house. And if the first person is going to go for is the person you share a bed with, before it can start roaming about your house. Let us take the sin of the sexual sin seriously. It will not only cost you your eternity in heaven, but it can cause a lot of other, it can cause ripple effects that won't only include you, but those around you. Okay? So let us be careful of the kind of doors that we open into our lives. Okay, and I know someone might want to play that down, but look at the people who've been involved in the occult, who have had their foot in the kingdom of darkness. Once they get out, who do they go for? Their children, their offspring. by birth or not. Sometimes it's by default. The person is in your home, perhaps even blood related, you know. So let us be careful of nursing sins that we have no business nursing with. You know, someone once said that a sexual sin is the chief of all sins. So as a person, you know, as people, let us guard it more than all the other ones. Let us guard it more than the other ones, because it has been able to catch a lot of people. You know, that is one of the most obvious ones. And the other hidden ones is things like pride. Is things like pride. So let us keep on working our own salvation and not lie to ourselves. What you struggle with, you need to keep bringing onto the Lord in prayer. You know, you need to fight for your deliverance. We are living in the end times. Like at this time, we want to be talking about the Bible prophecies being fulfilled, coming to pass, you know, and not be calling people sins by name. Like, you know, you're struggling with this, you know, you're struggling with that. It is wrong. You can't keep feeding onto this thing, you know. So I'm in no way judging. As um as a person, I've always shared my experiences and my struggles through different videos and what I did to overcome, you know, and I keep overcoming, you know. So let us keep working. Let us keep walking in the straight and narrow. Let us keep on working our own salvation. God is with us. His grace is enough. The grace is not there for us to keep on sinning, but the grace is enough to keep us strong, to be able to conquer and to overcome that which is before us. Thank you, guys. God bless.